they say with time comes change, and friendships won't ever stay the same. And the Friday night lights start to fade, and them good times turn into them good old days.
This is not deep here as far as fill goes. Hi, I'm Steve Northcutt. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be setting our roof trusses today on this house. It's a pretty good sized house. We left the garage door beams out because the crane is going to have to back up into the garage just because he can't reach all the way across. I got to move that stone out of the way. We'll be ready to go. We're going to get the trusses all scattered out before the crane gets here, kind of get organized a little bit, and we'll get started.
Where's your ganchos?
I don't know. On top E2. Yeah, so I'll move these 2x4s, and then I'll try to drag it off one end at a time so they don't slam down the ground.
So I start off picking up my beam in the back.
Okay. I gotta get some glasses out. I guess that's I1, I2, and I3. It's probably gonna be these little ones. These are the piggybacks, we'll just set them off. Yeah, the valleys, we'll set them off.
Those are big.
These are the small piggybacks, I think, too. And then I'm gonna need the A1s. We're gonna start on that back first. We're gonna set these little scissor trusses first, and then we're gonna start right here and come across. He didn't set that back porch beam yet. I don't know, I don't think the crane can reach that far. If he can, we'll set that beam with that. I think they're actually cantilevering off this back wall anyway. It'd be nice to get it up first. And then the crane may reposition, or he may just stay right here. I don't know if he can get, it's kind of muddy right here, so I don't know if he can get up in here.
They say with time comes change, and friendships won't ever stay the same. And the Friday night lights start to fade, and them good times turn into them good old days. I'm just sitting here with all my friends over off the street along some children's hills. We wanna hit the floor till the night breaks in.
Okay, so we're gonna have a girder truss that goes through here. These trusses are going to hang on that girder truss. We didn't put the hangers on the girder truss first, and so he's just kind of setting it up to where after the girder truss goes up against them, we can just slide those hangers over and nail them on. The reason we're putting the hangers on there now is because it's sitting on a wall. We don't want to have to try to pick that truss up later, and so it just makes it a little bit easier. Usually we put the hangers on first on the girders. This time we didn't. We just didn't have it ready, so we just do it this way. I'm on the back of the house right now. The crane operator cannot see us, and so I'm on the phone with him, giving him directions.
Here with all my friends, the memories I've got will lighten me up in the dark times and always remind me of back home. When we would go out, talk about getting out of this town, hoping the day would never come. We got the youth to prove that this world ain't so bad.
And then our next stack will be what I got on the forks there. I'm gonna bring these over here. Can you, once I lay them down, I need the H1s first. So I'll kind of lay them down before I let go of them. See which way I need to flip, if I need to flip it over. Okay, one thing we always gotta look for is bearing locations. And that means that there has to be support underneath this truss to help carry the load, and so they've got a wall, a bearing wall going across here that carries that that's going to sit on, and that's going to be the bearing point. And so they've got different places marked in here telling me the different bearing walls and the different heights, and so we just got to make sure we hit those, because if you don't have that in the right bearing spot, you don't want to have it putting all the weight out here on that bottom cord, and it'll break that bottom cord. That's one thing we gotta look for. 1.5 1/4, and then from there 2 feet, 4 feet. Okay, so we're back over here setting these trusses. We didn't quite finish yesterday. We worked till pretty late yesterday. Just didn't get them all done. So all we got left is just putting these piggybacks on top. Probably take us an hour or so, and we'll be done. So Crane went and set some other trusses on another job site this morning, and then on his way back through, he's getting these set for us. So one thing, whenever you're doing the tag line, make sure your foot never gets tangled around the line. I've done that before. Make sure your fingers don't get tangled up in the line. Just like when you're roping, you ever want to get your finger in that rope. So as I'm doing this, my job is to keep the trusses from getting out of control. I'm not really doing a whole lot of pulling on them. I'm just making sure they're not hitting the guys, making sure they're not hitting it, running into the house. Once the guys get a hold of it, they'll take the tag line off. So before we set these trusses, we had to put in 2x4s every 2 feet down the top of the other trusses. 2 foot on center. Had to make sure all the trusses are straight where they're supposed to be, and then we'll set the piggybacks on top of that, get them all braced off, nailed off.
Now I'm just sitting here with all my kin. We're trading stories about the places we've been. Someone starts talking about remember when, and that's when I'm reminded of my youthful sins.